Okay, now our next step is to set the size for our book cover. And I said I'm going to upload my illustrations in Canva and work on it from there. So as you see here, if your book is a 6x9, then you would set the pages 6.125 by 9.25 inches. So you're gonna double the width, and then you're going to just have a little bit of the cut edge for the height. So we're going to go to Canva, and I'm going to create a new design, custom size. Okay, so the width of my book is no longer 7, but it's double that. So it is 14.425. Oh, I want to make sure I change this to inches, by the way, because it will come out different. So this is 14.425, and my height is going to be 10.25 inches. Create a new design. Now this gives me the entire layout of what my book cover is going to be. So that I have to go to uploads, and I'm going to upload an image, media, and find the pictures for the cover of the book. Okay, here's the cover. Okay, now it's done uploading. I'm going to add that. All right, and the cover is on the opposite side of how we view it. It's on the second half of the book. Now I'm going to upload the back cover. And put that on this side. Now there's just a small gap in between, so I can make this wider on both sides. Okay. Now, I chose a picture that I'm going to put on the back of my book. We always have to save a space for the ISBN, which is going to be close to the spine. So this area at the bottom of the back cover, we cannot really put anything there. So I'm going to upload an image that I just fixed and blacked it out, that I would like to use for the back of this book. And it saves as a PNG, which means it will only show up, the background won't show up. So, and I will put it closer to the bottom, which is what I like to do. And now this leaves me this open space here for the words that I put in the description for the book. Now that we have the picture, I like to leave a little space all the way around, just in case this does get trimmed, and then I don't want it being trimmed into the picture. So now we're going to add a text box, and it's going to be a simple text box. So it's just add a little bit of text right here, and I'm going to move that over here. And this text is going to be what I chose to put in the description. So I open up my Word doc and then go back to where I add a little text. Okay, and it's a little big, but that's okay because we're going to highlight this whole entire thing. and decrease the font size. Take out this T. Okay. And now we have to determine whether or not we can see the text on the back of the book. And this is a very important part. I know I've made mistakes in the past where it's not as legible. I know we don't want to go less than 14, 12 points because it's going to be hard to read. Backspace. Now, I do see that this text is really difficult to read on this book. So what I will do, okay, I'm going to decrease it a little more. It's 14.7. Bring the text box over just a bit. Well, let's put in another bit of text. We can highlight the second paragraph that we have in here. Copy. Paste it over this. Paste. Make this 14 as well. And watch what I'm going to do. Now, the only thing I have to do is to make sure that it does not go into the area where the barcode is going to be. And take it out of this first box. So now I have plenty of space to put both paragraphs. Okay, so I played around with a lot of the colors, and I kind of gravitated towards the blue to match the birds and what we're wearing on the back of the book. I tried the brown, I tried the white, the black, and to me the blue stands out a little more with the contrast of the purple background. It's just a little difficult to get anything to show up because of the way the background is. And I kept the Times New Roman, I increased the size, and I have it in bold. And it gives me plenty of space down here for the barcode. So now my book cover is done. Let's see if it is the right size. I will say download. Now this is extremely important. We want to download in high quality PDF. Do not do it in the standard. Do it in high quality PDF, and that keeps the same size for the book. And as soon as this is done, we will go back to our KDP and upload our cover. Talks to Birds 1, open. And there have been times that I've had to do this more than once because it'll tell me that my bleed needs to be a little larger. So cover has loaded successfully. Now I launch my previewer to find out what our results are. Okay, so we have our results. Now this is what it looks like. I do have some errors over here, but they may not be major errors. I do see where the red line or the cut line goes right through the H, but it looks like they've approved that. So here's some other things. It says there are fonts that are not properly embedded in my file. They embedded them for me, but I don't think that it's anything major. So if we look at our pages, there's no fonts on page 1. Page 2 looks fine. It actually looks really good. Everything is lined up. The pages are where they're supposed to be. I look at it in all the ways, with the guidelines, without the guides. Okay, so let's take the guidelines off and go back through it. The pages line up nicely. We can do a thumbnail view. There's the cover. There's our first blank page and our last blank page. The pictures are on the correct sides. We can download a PDF proof and look at it that way too. We open our proof. And it looks like it fits properly within the guide of the proof where you can see the lines. Everything is nice and crisp with the print. Nothing looks out of place. Okay. So I think that I'm going to approve this. I think it looks fine. We'll look at the cover without the guidelines. The ISBN is right under the words or the description. The description could have been a little higher, but it seems centered. So next step is to approve it. Once we approved it, then we can move on to the next step, which is pricing it. Now, pricing it, if we want, it tells us here that our printing cost is $4.63 a book. We want to save it and continue. Now, we want our market to be on Amazon, but we also want it on the expanded distribution, which puts it on so that every book company can sell it. So that means that I have to set the price. It says a minimum of $11.58 in order for it to be on the expanded market. So I will just round it up to $12. And of course, we got to remember we're in this because we have a love of getting our stories out, not because we're here to make that much money, because our royalties are only $2.57 per book. But we want it to be affordable, and we want people to enjoy it. So we have it on the expanded market, and we will publish the book. Now this is the tedious part. They could take up to 48 hours before they will let you know, or send an email stating, oh, now it's 72 hours. Prior to this was 48 hours. 72 hours before if you'll know if this book is available on Amazon. If they do accept it, it's published immediately. If they send it back and ask you to fix some of those errors because they want them fixed because it's not going to print properly, that's going to delay a little bit, another 72 hours after you fix them. So I will check back and let you know whether this book is live. And thank you for watching, and I hope you subscribe.